there's nothing to see here other than him crashing. Came off the bank and the wind turned up, so we're basically right back to where we started now. And tried a different tactic. Because we're right against the bank here, it's very difficult to bring it round when it's windy. Right, new technique. Pushed it right off the bank there so that we can reverse it into that space and then hope the wind doesn't get us. If not, we'll have to come up with plan C. Very difficult when you've not got I don't know if bow thrusters would help actually in this situation. The wind's just coming down there and just keeps pushing us straight back onto the bank. Right, the captain managed to get us off. It's very experienced, you know. I'll hire him out if you want him to get your boat off the bank. So going round this bit, which, let me whiz you around, is very shallow, look.
The next bit's even shallow.
We've been warned about this by the lock keeper and a couple of other boaters. Very low.
Here it's shallow.
Oh, right, yeah. If you go on Google Maps and look at this area of the Thames up to Lechlade, it's all flooded, isn't it?
Yes,
So you can see the difference now, because like all this, these sort of floodplains are all underwater when it's in the floods. But yeah, you can sort of see here, I don't know if you can, where all the reeds are coming out, you see. So it's quite shallow. But fingers crossed. It's just a little bit trickier on our boat because it's 60 foot. You can't get around the fact that you need a certain area to turn the boat in. So the boat's going really slow. Look at this beautiful area. All boats moored down there. Lovely. It is like the Norfolk Broad, yeah, fantastic. Strange to see some narrowboats. Don't feel like we've seen that many. Coming up to a narrow bridge. Be difficult for some of these cruisers, I would imagine. Actually, it'd be quite tight for some of them. Yeah. That's a pub there. Oh, look, wood-fired pizzas. You're on about having one of them for your birthday. Aaron go for pizza. No, maybe not. Here we go. Might be narrow for cruisers, but not narrow for a narrowboat. Oh, flood level there, 1894. Can you see it?
The water levels are a lot higher, and the water was flowing faster.
Look at that one on there. Do you see that sign? 1894. Another glorious day, isn't it? Messing about on the river. Arrived at the lock and the lock keeper has just waved us in. Isn't that nice? So in we go. This is Grafton Lock. Yeah. I'm going to see if we've got any facilities here. We've just come through the last lock, which had a locky on who did it all for us. That was excellent, and managed to use the facilities at the lock. So we're all empty and full in the right places, which for any boater out there knows it's very satisfying. So the church spire you can see there is Lechlade. So once we've got round these windy rivers, we should be there soon, and then we'll see what we see. All sorts in this field, look. You've got cows, swans and egrets, some ducks, possibly some crows. Must be a very fertile floodplain, that. Don't know, it's digging for something, digging for treasure. It's a familiar pillbox that's along all of this route. We have winded the boat, which we did very skillfully, and now we have this set up. Look, just tie it. So we winded the boat because the next few days it's going to be quite windy and we needed to turn round. So we did that using the ropes mainly, because we used that trick before, that worked well. And then to try and stop cow attacks, we've set up the planks. Although their tongues are that long, I think they'll still be able to reach it. We might stay here for a few days because we were going to go today, but it's so beautiful. Look at this, we might stay. Chris has done these. I mean, we needed to test these out anyway because when we go in the Kennet and Avon Canal, we'll need planks for mooring by the sounds of it. So we might just put something on there to stop that rubbing. But yeah, all good. So we put one of the pins in that the loop's fallen off. So we've used them for these because it means if something did happen and the boat went off, at least you don't lose your plank. It stays in there. So yeah, it's good. It's just a creaking. All the cows are running. They just started chasing some ducks and now they've all gone all running up there. Really fun. Look what's happened. Yeah, very interesting. Don't want them coming too close to the boat. They're not like the other tiny ones. Just watching me, look. You're big, aren't you? Hey? That's licking the ropes. Look, don't lick the ropes. Honestly.
Not any closer,
I know. Right, here we are. I've not filmed anything on the way down just because I've been quite busy. So we came up that way and went to Lechlade, and now we're en route to New Canal now. New River, sorry, should I say. Yeah, new for us. New for us on the plot. We've not been on here before once we get past this lock, so they all look very familiar now. These lock mechanisms, they looked a bit confusing when we first came here and moored up. We'd never done these wheel ones before, but yeah, easy, very easy. Got to the lock and the lockers very kindly are doing it for us. So how quiet it's been. in the river. This is Swan on the nest, look. Right, Grand Kip. So here we are, new waters. Go kayaking up there, look. Oh yeah. It's a weir, yeah. Maybe not go kayaking up there then. So, oh, lot traffic only this is. We were just wondering if this might be a mooring, but it's not. Some of them have got mooring spots at them. 24 hours. Right, here we go.
What about there on the end of the wall?
Yeah, you probably could, couldn't you? Yeah. Don't see why not. There's no sign saying you can't moor. Right, so get going. Coming up to the A34. That's what Chris said. If it's wrong, it's his fault.
Lockie told me.
Oh, Lockie told him apparently. Pass him the book. So we're going under here, past this wide beam, and then we're going to look for a mooring. And then once I've finished a bit of work I need to do this morning, because it is the time 10:30 now. I've got the book festival that I work on, the brochure's got to go to print today, so I've got to get that checked off along with the rest of the team. So we're going to find a mooring, then go back and get our little car from Thrupp. So it's been there now for over a week and we need to go and do a big shop. So that's the plan for today. Chris, I don't know if you heard him, Chris said we'll get away from this road. I fancy mooring up and listening to that all night. I'm just going to check out this little mooring spot, see whether that's deep enough, if we can get the pins in. We have just stumbled from the boat, come across this abbey. And, took some pictures, but let's wander inside. They're fascinating, these places, thinking about the history of them and what's happened and the people who lived here, and now it's where the cows go, look. Oh, that's beautiful, the old, I wonder how old that wood is there, look. I'm not sure the age of this, I'll see if I can find anything out about it, but yeah, stunning. What it could tell you, eh? Good morning. Off we go down the River Thames, which we are thoroughly enjoying, aren't we?
Very nice.
All the way to Lechlade and
Weather helps.
back to, yeah, the weather does help. It has been absolutely glorious. So today we are probably going to do one lock, which is automated. So just some buttons to press, hopefully, if it all goes well. Then we're going to moor up in Oxford somewhere, fingers crossed. We can get a mooring, just because I need a decent internet signal as usual, and we're going to explore Oxford, so I'll hopefully share some of that with you. So no windlass required. Yes, so this is reasonably low when you consider that the water levels are quite low at the moment due to the fact we've only had about half a day of rain, if that, in the last 6 weeks. So I would imagine when that's normal height, I mean they are managed a little bit, the rivers and levels and stuff, but I imagine that's pretty tricky. I don't think you'd get a cruiser under there, would you? One of them big cruisers, that's for sure. So this is the abbey that we had, yeah, nunnery that we had a mooch around, and the lock is literally just around this corner here, so nearly there. I don't think I could have lived a life like that, to God being opinionated. Is that right? So I'm too God being opinionated to have been a nun. Saying no. So we had to nip down to that one and close the sluices on there, and then press the green button on this, and here we go, look. The whirlpool. The power of that. Can't see any water coming out the other side, so that's good. I think these have a fail-safe on them anyway. You can't open them up there until that's closed, which is good. And it's got a sign on here which says narrowboats do not use this side of the lock, so I don't know why that is. Whether it's for your angle coming out of the lock, I don't know. Does anyone know? But anyway, we shall go on that side as instructed. Here comes the plat. Okay, it's open. So far, so good. I will say along this whole stretch the locks have been very easy. You know, I like doing my locks on the canals, but yeah, these ones with the wheel, and obviously the button press ones, as long as you follow the instructions and think about it a little bit, don't rush it. All good. Plot's ready for another clean. It's getting very dusty along this stretch. Right, so I've opened the sluices on this one. Got a little heron over there, that. Coaling, lock keeper. All done. Chris is bringing the boat out now, and then he'll stop over there whilst I shut the gates and close the sluices, and then we'll carry on down this interesting stretch. Reminds us a little bit of when we were on the River Trent. I suppose we are on a river, so they'll have similarities, but yeah, just this wide open space and how the bank comes down to the river. Happy memories on the Trent. Right, so let's close the gates. That's all done, and then just double check that I close the sluices. Yeah, because these were up when we got here. So press once. Close gate. Press button once. Done that. I'll close them. I mean, whether someone from the river team had opened them, sometimes they do that to manage the levels. But unless instructed, do as it says. Right, that's that done. Off we go. Yeah. Someone's not happy, are they? Alright, racket. Alright, we go in. We like that. Heron's over there now on the bank. Right, here we go. This lovely, wide stretch of river towards Oxford. It's over there. Little marina over there. This is a little boatyard. Look at these beautiful, aren't they lovely, these wooden boats? Stunning. And a bridge to go under. Normally we see these fishing or flying over. Can you see the cormorants in the tree? This is a beautiful stretch, look at this. Keeps on giving, this stretch of the river, doesn't it? Certainly worth the, is it £271 or £274? Yeah, it cost us for a month to be on the Thames waterway because it's not part of the Canal and River Trust.
Far off the same money as we got in.
No, we're just saying because last year we had a gold licence, but which gives you the right to go on all these places, but we decided not to get one this year. But I still think it'll work out cheaper to do it this way. So we're coming up to Osney Bridge, which is the low one, and it is very low actually. I think we'll just scrape that, to be honest. Do you reckon? Get a bus through there. Managed to fit under though. It's just a tight one. Duck! There's a captain ducked. So we've got here where we were going to moor, and all the way along now there seems to be signs on the place no mooring, and there's absolutely crap A4 signs, look, hazard no mooring closed, pointing that way. I don't think many boaters will be mooring that way, will they? So we're going to have to carry on and see if there's any more. Right, we've gone through that lock and chatted to the lovely Lockie there, and she said that area was unstable, the bank, and it was supposed to, well, contractors had come out and looked at it and they were going to fix it, and then the EA pulled the funding for fixing it, as is usual in this country with absolutely everything. Yeah, after someone's probably had someone's had a load of bonuses. Anyway, we won't go negative, will we? So now we're looking for a mooring spot along here, but some of them are restricted. So we're just going to have to see what we find. And if we can't stay around here, we'll have to look at getting the bus into Oxford or something, which is a bit of a shame. We had a bit of a plan, but we should know never to make a plan, eh? I don't know if we can get on here actually.